Welcome back once again in the next session. In this session, I'm going to talk about the nodes and how to configure them. In the previous session, I spoke about the virtual servers and then pools. So previous session was basically on the pools, and today we are going to create the nodes. Last time I created this pool with the name of Sapiem SCTP pool, and that was having one member and that was showing as a red. Why? Because this is basically we haven't configured that server. So I will just configure on the server side, okay, and make that ready. So 170.16.1.10, I go on the control panel, network, and here I will just give an IP 172.16.1.10. Gateway, it is going to be 1.1, I think. Yeah, 1.1. So I will put as 1.1 and apply and exit. So you might be thinking how I get 1.1. So that's like configure that IP address on my load balancer. If you are following the series continuously, you might have seen that I configured this IP address on the F5 under the self IP. Now if I, because my server 1 is ready, what should I be happening? Like this member should be coming green. I think one of the more things required that to enable the switch. So I'll just do it because this switch is in between and that blocks the communication. If this is powered off, it will not allow to reach that probe to the server. I okay, check what status. Oh, here we go. We are green now, and this is just for one server because port 80 is already running and my service request will be going on to that server. That's fine. Next thing, we have to create the node. So right now I just whatever I just did on the server side, not on the F5. So I go and this time I'm going to create a next node. Okay, so I'm just creating the nodes right now. So you see that here it is in the blue color, the existing server, which I add on the previous session. If I click here, you see that the monitor is node default, right? So it's like node default monitor is coming, and that's why it is nothing here. Like it's not checking the availability of this server, all right? So not a problem. I'm just going to create in the next way. So if I click on the create, and this time I write Sapiem server 2. And you can add this with the IP address or with the fully qualified domain name, that is our FQDN. So I will just go with the IP address 170.16.1.20 second server. And health monitors, you can use node default or node specific. So if you uh, observe that the what I add through the pool, it is the node default. But here I have an option for the selecting the specific health monitor. So I can either go for the ICMP or the STTP or your custom will also work. You can create your own custom health monitor and that is also going to work. But I will just go ICMP so that it ping that server that whether that is available or not. So basically that F5 will ping your this server 2, and if ICMP reply is coming to the server, it means that it will declare that okay, that server is available and we have the reachability. Only it is checking the ICMP, not the port 80. So our service is on the port 80 for that one, but still I'm just checking that whether that server is reachable or not using the ICMP. Okay. So you're like, for example, the people here are trying to access port 80, that could still not be available, but the F5 will not declare it as a dead because we can reach it. So for example, this server is up and running, and in that case, that ICMP reply will be coming here, means that let's say like this, on this server, for example, this ping. Okay, so if that ping that server and reply is coming, so the F5 will declare that server is up, or we can say that node is up. But in that server, something like Apache or any other uh, web server will be running in this server, right? So in that, if that server service port 80, that could still not be available. So it means that this guy is trying to access that port 80 service, and that could be down, but that F5 will still declare that server is up because of this ping, because the ICMP is reachable. So there's two things. One is ping, another for service check of port S80, right? We what we added on the pool in the previous class. STTP, not S, only STTP. So two health monitor, two different health monitors are there. So I will just discuss this in the more detail in the upcoming sessions. But as of now, I will go for the note. If you do not understand, have any confusion, you can ask me. But let me assure you, just be with me. Finish up this like in the uh, next upcoming sessions. Once you like complete this course, you will be confident in each and every aspects what I'm discussing about, talking about, because this is the first time, it would be the first time for you, and it will be hard for understand. But if you uh, go cover up this up, you, because most of the things are correlated with each other, so you need other things also to understand. If you don't know any other things, it is little hard. So once we finish it of all things, you can correlate the things and you can understand it better, that how basically it is working. Okay, so that's why sometimes I say that, okay, just listen patiently, and it will be covered in the next section, and you will be confident enough and understand and correlate the things. So if I click on the finish here, my next node is added. Okay, Sapiem Servo 2. So it will wait for a while, and then it will start declaring that whether this is up or down. So you see that the timer is clicking on this ICMP. So still it has not sent any probe, but it's just checking that whether it is reachable or not. I can click once again, and now you see that ICMP is down. I cannot reach that server. So last time it tried at this time, and it says that the server is not reachable. They cannot reach the server. Why? Because basically that server is not at all configured. So I will just do that for you as well. Network, and here I will configure as a about 72.16.1.20, and gateway I will put .1. Apply and exit. If I check now, if it is responding, yeah, it is fine. So I will close from here. Okay, anyways, let it be. It should be reachable. It just takes time to refresh that one. Very soon it will be available. The thing, whatever you have just created that node basically should be the part of your pools, right? So if I go to the pools, so here we have this two members. Okay, we have just only one member. Right now I'm going to add that in the pool, right? So I will click on add, and here you see there's a node list option is there. So I will click on that node list, and CPM server 2 is now available to be added. I will select the service, that which port number we want. I want the service port 80, and finish it. Now we have two members, 172.16.1.20 and 1.10. Pretty soon it will be green. I think it should be. Yeah. Let me check it here. What is the IP? Has that configured or not? I think it is still not configured here. Okay, it I think broke something. I will try to do once again. 172.16.1.20, and here it should be dot one. Apply and exit. No, 170.16.1.20. Network mask is fine. Everything seems good. Save configuration. Okay. Anyways, not a problem. I will not give more time to it. Fine. So that's how you can add the nodes on the pool members. I can also add the next node, the server 3. So you see that now it is declared that it is down. That's fine. So I will create the third one, CPM server 3, and address should be 172.16.1.30. That's fine. And health monitor, I will again use the ICMP one, then finish it. And I will configure that third server. Cool. So this is done. It is working. It was working fine. So server 3 should be pretty much up very soon. So you see that the server 3 is now green. It is checking via ICMP and node address is available. So now you can see that basically we have our node available here, correct? And we have not added that on the pool. So current my pool is CPM's HTTP pool, and here we have just two members here. One of them is up, another is down. It's showing down because of the node health monitor. So I will just keep, or let it be offline. I'm not at all, focused to make that up, because my job is done and I'm able to explain you what basically I want to tell you. Now, next thing, I have to attach this onto the virtual server. My pool is ready. Okay. And that pool should be part of that virtual server. So if I go on the virtual server list, click here, and under the resources section, I do not have any default pool available. There's none. So I will select whatever I just created, that pool, right? So now I will click on update. Now I'm done. So the virtual server configuration is now complete, because without the pool availability, virtual server was not complete. And I will click once again on the pools. And I can see the members. I have also added one more note, right? So now 2 is also available. In the next session, I will talk about, basically, I will switch this on this much, or I can do it right away. Start, or I think stop, because it will take time. So I'll stop it right now. And in the next video, I will explain basically that how it works. All right, guys, see you soon in the next session.